Hello, everyone. I hope you're all well. This is my sixth take, and I don't know why, so I'm just going with the flow of it today. But I went for a walk, and the mystical moment of this day that's covered, it's cloudy, but the birds are chirping, but it feels like there's a mystical fog, and so I'm wondering what's behind it. But that's not the reason why I had to do six takes. Maybe I wasn't really sure what to say. Maybe something needed to come through. I don't know. Sometimes it just takes a longer time to get into the space of it because obviously I'm trusting that I will receive messages. Let's see what happens. So I'll go directly today without going any further in anything else to pick a card from my John Holland cards. And let's see what happens. And maybe that will spur me to speak about something. I'm not sure, but let me see what happens. Okay. Okay, I'll put those there. Awareness, maybe yes. Awareness, maybe I'm not aware or I'm too much in the mind. Whatever it is, I'm looking at it and I'm going, okay, what are you reminding me of? What are you saying to me? Well, what is awareness? It's when we start the hustle and bustle of the day and we just sit still. Well, I've had to, sixth time, and just allow things to unravel. So if it doesn't work, just let it go. Now, the awareness is that most of the time we are so focused on the chatterbox in our mind and we are going about our business very quickly, very busy, and we don't have time to sit in awareness of the moment. So sit in the awareness of what is going on right here, right now. And right here, right now, I'm speaking and I'm picking up this message and I'm sort of reflecting on it. I'm creating the awareness of my own moment and then I'm reflecting it out to you. So this moment is very precious. It's the only one we have. So when I am pushed in any direction, I always have to step back. Now this is happening often right now. It's happening more and more and more, as if, the outside world is saying to me, no more of this. Step back. So are you paying attention to the moment? Or are you frazzled and going around like in a circle trying to figure things out? Are you stepping back from all the hustle and bustle of the world and the huge noise? There's a lot of noise right now and it's very loud. Whether you want to hear it or not, it's so loud and it's deafening. And sometimes I say, even in the stillness, there can be a deafening noise. So when you let that go, when you allow yourself to detach, you sit in the moment, or you can decide to do something so long as you're focused only on what you are doing in that moment. And rather than programming, rather than planning, and rather than worrying and staying in tension, sit still. Now, how do you sit still? Focus on your breathing. All you need to do, if it gets very difficult, because obviously, the mind is always churning out all these things and we need to sort of feel that control and we don't have it at the moment, well then sit still. Just ask yourself, what else, what else, what else? And start focusing on your breathing. Focus on the breathing because it's natural. We don't pay attention to it usually because it goes on its own. But when we start focusing on it, on the rhythm, and also if you can use a mantra to keep you focused and keep that mind from chattering, then what happens is the thoughts will go in the background and you become aware of this moment. You become aware that you are breathing. You become aware, like me, that I'm sitting on a chair, that I'm feeling it underneath my, underneath my feet. I have a carpet. I'm feeling everything. Now, would I be aware of that if I was running around trying to do things? No. I've paid attention to that. How many times I've caught myself doing it, where all of a sudden I stop and I realize all the rest is around me. Okay, paying attention to this moment. Whether you meditate, whether you pay attention and focus on your breath, just sit still for a moment, even if it's just a second. 1 second at a time, at the end of the day, your awareness will have benefited from it. And your levels of stress will go down very quickly. Focus on this moment. You don't really have anything else. There's no point worrying about a future that have you ever seen the future? Yeah, we call it future but it's another today. I don't think we have any time other than the present moment, and it's not even part of the present because it's just a fleeting moment coming and going, coming and going. But at the same time, we also go into the past. And a lot of people are going into the past of all the concerns that they've had and all the struggle and all the pain and memories. And so there's no awareness because there's awareness of what happened, but that's long gone. So instead of bringing the present moment into an awareness, we clutter it with all these thoughts. So this is inviting you instead to stay aware of this moment. Now, I could give you very many other concepts, but just be aware of this moment. Breathe. Just stop. Put your hand on your heart and feel that rhythm that's going up and down. Close your eyes if you can and breathe in. And as you breathe in, just feel the air just coming in. And as you breathe in, just imagine that you're counting or you've got a mantra. Everything is okay. I am okay. Whatever you want, breathe in with that. And then breathe out, I am okay. 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 And you will notice that just by doing that, you feel that there's a release. And if it's not straight away, then I invite you to do it more. Now, there is another concept that the more you do it, then there will be a space where there's only silence. And we are afraid of silence. We're afraid of feeling that silence because it's like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Stay in the silence. If you manage to get those thoughts into the background and you feel that silence and you're listening, if there's nothing there, there's just silence, just stay in the silence. And other things might come up. Now, there's always a surprise in the silence. There's that connection with our I am being within us. But with all the clutter of the noise of the mind, the I am presence is just sitting there waiting for us to become aware that it is there. And the process needs to be one where you start letting go of all the layers, letting go of one layer, then the other, letting go of the belief system that we have to go and pick things up in the past, or that we need to concern ourselves in the future, or that we need to be positive all the time, or that we need to do things today, otherwise, we're not busy, so what is it that we've got to do? Stay in the silence. Your I am being is waiting for you to reconnect in the awareness that it is there. And I'm speaking to those who possibly are just dabbling in this and they're trying to figure it out. They're feeling things, but they don't really know where it's coming from. A lot of you possibly will go, no, don't need to listen to her. Well, that's okay. But even for all of us who already know this, staying in the silence is what we need to do right now. Because in that silence, we get all the answers, we get all the truth, we get all the movement forward that we need to make. And instead of rumbling around, trying to get the news, get more information, stay in silence and bring in more awareness. Now, this card has brought through that little concept that I have. And I just want to see if there's anything else coming through very quickly, and I won't connect it to that. I'll just pick another card and see what comes through. This has already come through this week, but partnerships and alliances. So basically, what it's also giving us as a message is that there are partnerships and alliances available to us to move forward. So that awareness brings us to a halt, to a stop, and we tap into that silence. It brings forward partnerships and alliances to get out of that noise. So maybe you'll find a mentor, a group, a mindfulness group, or someone who comes along and brings you good information that makes you, go into that space of release, but also that shows you more how you can be present in this present moment and be part of the world itself, in any case, of the noise, without allowing that noise to frazzle you. There comes a point where that noise will actually no longer impact you. You will be looking at it, but from a space of detachment. Not detachment, I can't be detached from everything. Well, that means I'm not living. It's a silence from within where all the answers come from, and you are part of this world, but you are not allowing the world to frazzle you enough to pull you back into old habits of letting the mind overtake you, letting all the rubbish from everywhere past and worry about the future, just staying here all the time. So you will be more in the present moment, interacting with the world. You'll be perfectly in alignment with what you need to do, as your inner being will be guiding you, but at the same time there won't be that frazzle moment. There won't be that sense of I have to control the moment. It will be a release and letting go and surrendering to what is in this moment without allowing it to impact with its drama. So partnerships and alliances, people coming into our lives, like-minded people who are willing to do the work to stay in a space of allowing detachment, compassion, staying together, teaching each other how we can detach from the drama and create beautiful new horizons in front of us, right here in this moment, right here. I hope this has helped you today, and I finally managed to do one, and I'll see you next time. Until then, thank you.